Good morning. Welcome to Delicious Dishes by Diana. And I'm having my coffee because it's still early in the morning. It's 8:45. Not early, but it's still early. Happy New Year's Eve. I'm going to be making some black-eyed peas. I'm going to make them in my crock pot. Black-eyed peas are a tradition in my family. We live in Texas, but it is a southern tradition. But this dates back to the 1864, 1865 during the Civil War when General Sherman from the Union Army was burning the fields of the Confederate states to burn off all the food so that he could starve all the people and kill them off and kill all the soldiers so they wouldn't have anything to eat. The Confederate states, especially in Georgia, when they were burning the fields, they didn't burn the black-eyed pea fields because that was pig food. They killed the animals and they left the black-eyed peas, or so I've been told. And it's considered good fortune and a blessing to have black-eyed peas on New Year's Day. And it's supposed to set the tone for the whole year. Of course, God Almighty is our blessing, is the one who blesses us and gives us the good fortune. But it is a Southern tradition, and I've always had it. And we always had with our black-eyed peas. We had cornbread. We had either collard greens or mustard greens, some type of greens to eat along with it. So I'm going to make the black-eyed peas today. I'm not going to use canned black-eyed peas this time. I'm going to make them from scratch. So let me show you my recipe. So my recipe calls for 1 pound of dried black-eyed peas. Those are going to be rinsed through a strainer and any foreign objects removed. 1 yellow onion chopped, peel it of course, throw away the ends and the peeling. 1 to 2 tablespoons of crushed garlic, 1 can of Coca-Cola, Now you can use salt pork, you can use ham, you can use bacon, or you can use sausage. Today I'm going to use pork sausage. 1 box of beef broth or chicken broth, 2 cans of fire roasted tomatoes. You're going to season it with salt and pepper after the peas have become tender. And that was my recipe. I'm going to use some pork sausage. I'm going to probably use some bacon as well. I'm going to chop up the bacon. I'm going to maybe render a little bit of the bacon fat off, and I'm going to put that bacon fat in there too because all those things are going to add so much good flavor to the black-eyed peas. Well, we like black-eyed peas here, so we're going to make them today. Okay, let me show you. Here's my black-eyed peas, and this is the brand that I used. It's 1 pound. I took them, rinsed them last night. I soaked them in water last night and covered them completely. Now they've swollen up. They were quite a bit smaller. I also added 2 teaspoons of baking soda. That's supposed to break down the skins. That way it's less gassy as a result. Okay, I've rinsed the black-eyed peas and they soaked overnight. I'm going to add those to my crock pot. They're pretty tough still. They're swollen. They're not as tough as they were and hard last night. They're still pretty tough. They're going to need a good soaking, a good cooking, long cook. I'm going to add in my sausage. And I pre-cooked my sausage and drained off most of the grease. I'm going to put that in there. That adds a lot of good flavor. Go ahead and use the whole bag. So that was 1 of those little chubs of sausage. I'm going to add in 1 whole chopped onion that I had already chopped previously several months ago and put in there, or a month ago, and put in the freezer. I did a 2-pound bag of onions. I'm going to add in a good heaping 2 tablespoons of garlic. Food needs flavor, people. That's what we do around here. Okay. Now I'm going to add in my fire roasted tomatoes. 2 cans. Fire roasted tomatoes. More flavor. I'm also going to add in my beef broth. And that's 1 whole box of beef broth. It's coming in there. Come on, let's go. Get out. I'm going to completely cover these beans by about 1/2 to 1 inch. I'm also going to add a can of Coke to this, which I did not get my Coke, so I'm going to have to run to the store and buy my can of Coke. People, it's okay. It's okay. You don't have to add Coke to it if you don't want to. I do, and mine are delicious. You're just going to have to give it a try. It adds a little bit of sweetness. And of course, there's nothing more southern than Coca-Cola. If you don't have Coca-Cola, put Dr. Pepper in it. If you don't have Dr. Pepper, now something about the carbonation does help to tenderize a little bit the beans or the peas. I'm going to give this a good stir. Get those peas all mixed in there. Add my can of Coke in just a few minutes. Just 1 can, or you can use a bottle. That's a little extra, but you can use 1 can of Coke or 1 bottle of Coke. 1 20-ounce bottle, not a whole 2-liter. I'm going to add this to the selected time. I'm going to cook it on high for about 2 hours. Then I'm going to select low and let it cook for another 4 to 6 hours on low. We'll put the lid on it. I don't have to snap it down, but I do. That way it doesn't get knocked around or bumped into. Okay, people, I told you I was going to put a Coke. A good old Southern, made in Georgia, possibly made in Georgia. The home office is in Georgia anyway, Atlanta. Coca-Cola and my black-eyed peas. Now, they're going to be good. And there you have my black-eyed peas, and I'm making those for New Year's Day. Now I'm going to let these cook completely. I'm going to let them cool. Then I'm going to put them in a bowl, and I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. And then on New Year's Day, I'm going to heat them up. Several servings at once, maybe microwave them or heat them on the stovetop, but they're going to taste better tomorrow than they're going to taste today. I'm going to serve it with some cornbread. Of course, you know, cornbread. You got to have cornbread. But black-eyed peas, cornbread, and whatever else I choose to make. Maybe some sweet potatoes. We're going to have a delicious lunch tomorrow. Well, I got back from shopping and running some errands, and my black-eyed peas are done. I cooked them for 2 hours on high and about 4 hours on low. They look delicious. They smell amazing. I'm going to show them to you. Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Smells amazing. Oh, yeah. Now I'm going to have a little bit. You can see all those yummy. Look at that. Oh, wow. That looks delicious. I'm going to get a spoon and eat some of this in front of you. Mmm. Yum. Oh my goodness. Smell the bacon. Mmm. They're tender and delicious. A little bit. The juice is phenomenal. It's not too salty because I added a little salt. I added some of my Lowry seasoned salt. I added about 2 teaspoons of that to the pot about after 2 hours. You're going to have to make you some. This is going to be great tomorrow to eat for New Year's Day. And they're going to sit in the refrigerator, and all those flavors are going to
have a little party together tonight for New Year's Eve. And then tomorrow, we're going to eat cornbread and black-eyed peas. And I'm going to make a pork roast. Oh, it's going to be delicious. Wish you were here. Happy New Year. God bless you. Shine for Jesus in all you do. And I'll talk to you next time.